I stopped begging my husband to care, and that's when everything changed. Part 3. After my story spread online, something happened that I honestly didn't expect. My husband and I finally had the conversation we should have had years ago. The day after I shared everything, Ethan sat down with me and asked to talk seriously. I didn't soften it. I didn't ease into the topic. I told him straight away that I wanted a divorce. Years of emotional distance, years of carrying the relationship alone, and the complete lack of support during my miscarriage had finally caught up with me. I told him I was exhausted, completely drained. I had nothing left to give. I expected him to dismiss it like he always did when conversations got uncomfortable. Instead, he broke down crying. I've seen Ethan cry maybe a handful of times in our entire relationship, usually when talking about his childhood. But this time he was crying about us. He admitted everything. He told me he knew his emotional distance had hurt me deeply. He said he had taken my effort for granted for years. And he said something that honestly shocked me. He said when I stopped giving him love, support, affection, and emotional energy, he finally understood what it felt like to be on the receiving end of that emptiness. For the first time, he felt the loneliness I had been living with for years. We talked for almost 2 hours that night. The next day, we talked again. Even after hearing everything he said, my mind was still set on divorce. I told him I couldn't shake the fact that he was always capable of being a better partner. It just took me shutting down emotionally for him to start trying. But Ethan didn't stop. He enrolled himself in a 26-week course about compromise in marriage. He asked for couples counseling. He started trying to be more present with our baby. He told me he wanted one last chance to rebuild the relationship properly. I made one thing very clear. I am not jumping back into the marriage emotionally. If there is going to be change, it has to be real. Not a few weeks of effort followed by things going back to the way they were. For now, my focus is on my child and my own growth. I joined a support group for wives. I signed up for a parenting program where a counselor helps new parents navigate challenges. Divorce is still on the table. I'm not forgiving. I'm not forgetting. But for the first time in years, I'm not the only one trying. And whether our marriage survives or not, I finally stopped carrying it alone.